I need to share a few things about what are the common problems today, especially after post-vaccination. Okay, so David has shared with us, say LifeWave has conducted a clinical trial on using the X39 patch for people after vaccination with the mRNA vaccine. So it was clinically proven that mRNA vaccine is going to increase the fibrinogen and also to increase the activity of the white blood cell, which cause a lot of inflammatory response to the body. This is why we see a lot of things about the blood clot. So, and they did the study with X39, and then after they used X39 for a couple of months, they did a blood draw again to re-evaluate the white blood cell activity and also the level of fibrinogen. Fibrinogen is basically a substance that will cause the blood to clot. Okay, so and wonderfully, X39 is able to reverse all the symptoms clinically. So, but because of the stem cell nowadays is are classified as a class 3 drugs in USA. So there are a lot of claims that we cannot make, but I think this is something that is important for us to know. So I think the side effect of the vaccinations, right, has been lingering for many years, even until just a couple of days ago. Someone told me about one of his young nephew has a vasculitis, which he know about this in our Zoom, where the entire leg got a lot of red dots. Okay, so today I'm going to invite someone who also has experienced a vaccination side effect and how she recover, and also going to share about his father on his CKD problems and also enlarged prostate. Okay, Kita, welcome to the Zoom. You can unmute yourself, Kita.
Hi, Jinlong. Hi.
Yes. You
Hi,
give
everyone.
me a second, Salim. Yeah, looking good, Kita.
Thank you. Yeah, looking good with live wave.
Okay, you give me a second, sir. I don't know why my sound is... Okay, done. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Very good, very good. So, Kita, can you share with us how do you come across LifeWave products, LifeWave X39?
Okay, I came to this live wave because I had a very bad Pfizer vaccination side effect,
Right.
So I had my vaccination in July 2021. And what happened was after the second dose, not even the booster, after the second dose, the next day when I got up, my left side, left face, left hand, and left leg was numb, complete numbness, partial numbness in my left hand side of my body.
Right.
So, of course, I'm also a Hatha yoga practitioner. So I was like, what's happening, for many, many years. So then what happened? I went and saw the doctor. She prescribed me neurobion and mecobalamin. And I took them for 6 months. He didn't get all right, It was the same. Nothing changed. And I keep on going back and seeing the doctor. And she was telling me that this thing takes time. You got to wait. Sometimes she said 3 months, sometimes 6 months. And when 6 months came, she said 8 months, So how long to wait? And my daily lifestyle was impacted. I couldn't drive because when I hold the steering, there was a needle prick. I feel like needle prick. I couldn't feel the steering. And I couldn't lift up anything in my left hand. So when lockdown opened up, I went back to my Hatha yoga class. My beautiful teacher, Pushpaja Ang, also my upliner now. And I told her, Pushpaja, you got to teach me some yoga la, to release this numbness. Instead, Pushpaja.
So you try to...
Sorry, continue.
Okay. Instead, Pushpaja didn't teach me any yoga. She said, Gita, I got this thing called X39. It's a stem cell activating patches. Why don't you try that? During that time, she already tried on her father and on herself already. So she got some positive impact on them. And she said, why don't you try? So I said, give me anything as long I recover, because I was really in a desperate zone, So I tried one pack of X39. Within 1 month, my left face and left hand the numbness went away. Leg was little stubborn. So after 2.5 months, leg numbness also went away. In 3 months, I completely recovered and rejuvenated. Just by X39 alone. So thanks to my
this is why
upliner, come my Hatha Yoga teacher, Pushpaja.
So this is how David discovered about X39. So David has once said before, he said, I use about 50% of his words. He is saying that if you think about this, don't you think it's such a coincidence where X39 was launched right before the vaccination become popular? So this is something that we can definitely help with only X39. So Kita has been stressing she used only X39 for the first 3 months, and then the numbness all gone away. Kita, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Yes. So this is her story. So maybe I explained about Kita background. Kita is optician and
Optometrist.
Optometrist for the para-Olympic athletes, right?
Optometrist, also a classifier in a Paralympic activities, blind spots. I'm also there.
Can you share with us normally what you do in your occupation?
Okay, optometrist is actually we check patients' eyes and we give them the vision care like glasses, contact lenses, vision therapy, and also all those things. At the same time, I'm a classifier in the International Blind Spot Association. Wherever there is a blind spots are there, we have to go and check the athletes' eyes to make sure that they are actually qualified candidate for the Paralympic, and also group them into classes. Like a blind cannot compete with a person who sits in 1 meter. So we check their eyes, we group them according to their level of impairment. So the game will be a fair play.
I see. So, this is interesting. Oh, now I know. Because sometimes I was asking, right, in the same competition, how come they have different kind of disability? What is the yardstick? So that means in your occupation, you classify them so that they are competing at a more equal ground.
Correct. So we have like athletes who can see 3 meter vision. We have athletes who can see 1 meter, and we have athletes completely blind. So we group them among their classes. So when they compete among their kind of level of impairment.
Right. I see.
So the game is a fair play, among their level of impairment.
I see. Well, there I learned something. I think this is the first time I heard about this occupation. I think she is my first one I ever encountered in this industry. So Kita, let's talk about the second story about your father. How is your father doing, and what happened to your father before?
Okay, my father had a seizure attack in August 2022, last year, and then we had to bring him to the emergency GH, put him in an emergency.
You muted yourself, Kita. Kita, you muted yourself. Kita, you muted yourself. Now I know how I was like when I muted myself and you all keep listening. Kita, you muted yourself. Okay, wait. Okay. Kita, you unmute yourself again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know. I went mute.
Yes. So you can restart again about your father.
Okay, my father had a seizure attack in August last year, 2022. So we had to bring him to the emergency. So what happened was after 2 days of sedation, he woke up. He was in a terrible delirium state. Delirium state means they are very confused. They are very lost, until he wasn't able to recognize me also. Like a sudden dementia came in like that, and they are so lost. So at that time, I contacted again my upliner, Pushpaja, and she sent me one Aeon pack first. So that night, I placed him one Aeon on his forehead, the Aeon on his forehead. The next day, when I met him, wow, he was like, he looked at me far away and he was like, oh, you come already. You know, like he could recognize me. Sudden alertness
Yeah.
came in and he could, able to focus and everything. That was amazing. But that was not all. Later, the doctor found out that he had a prostate enlargement due to that urinary retention. So when there is a urinary
see.
retention, what happens is the urine will the urine in your urine bladder will backfire to the kidney. So his
Right.
kidney went to stage 2.
Yeah.
There was a swelling in his kidney. So
Right.
because of that, he was there for some time. They were monitoring and everything. Finally, when he got discharged, I got him X39 and X49. Because of the sedation, his gait all was a bit out ready. He's walking like a mabo like that. So X39, X49, I took him a Aeon as well as a glutathione. So
Right.
since September, October, November, and December, 4 months of patching with dispatches. I play around them. Aeon at nighttime, X39, X49, glutathione at daytime. So on January, he had his ultrasound check in GH.
Right.
And it was the doctor, after scan report came, and he said his prostate from 5.4 reduced to 3.9. That means the enlargement shrinked. In fact, I could feel that because in November itself, he started urinating ready. His urine started flowing out already, He was telling us already, urine is coming out now. So that was like a good sign already. We know it's healing.
Yeah.
So when the doctor confirmed in January from 5.4 to 3.9, we were like, okay, good. And then not only that, his kidney back to stage 0, meaning that normal stage, both are in normal size and homogeneous. The homogeneous means they are same level of health conditions. So prostate also back to normal size. So this was like, wow, what a relief,
Yeah. So the doctor tell you if the prostate enlargement continue to worsen, what are the solution from the doctors for surgery or
possible surgery.
Surgery, right?
They have to remove some
Yes.
of the surgery, no other way.
And how
in
old is
fact,
your father?
for the urine to come out, they suggested to put catheter, bring him back home with catheter. Ayo, cannot lah. His lifestyle, and he will be very depressive after that, So I said, no catheter. I had to take the risk. Somehow I trusted LifeWave products. I know this thing can heal. I just and surely it healed along the way. I saw the changes. His gait was normal without any walker. He was walking well in everything. That was good. And then when the scan report came, everything proved lah.
Voila, amazing. So Gita is very kind. Gita even sent me a few of his medical report just to show you all how miraculous is the result. So this is one of the report. Okay. Although I can't really recognize the writing of the doctors, but I summarize the chronic kidney diseases is stage 2 and the enlarged prostate is 5.4. Okay, so you can see on the right top corner, he talked about the prostate. Yeah. Okay, so this is about 4 months later, right? 4 months after the first scan.
Since this was in September. The report in September when he got discharged.
Okay.
He got discharged on September 20th.
September 20th. And when was the first scanning?
January. I think if I'm not mistaken, January. Yes, January.
January. Okay, so it's about less than 6 months times, yeah. So and this is the difference. Both kidney are normal in size, and the right kidney and left kidney. The most important is the last line also. Prostate is not enlarged. So this is how you can miraculously save your father from expensive and intrusive surgery. So a lot of people ask me, so can this product help with the prostate enlargement? My answer is I cannot make medical claim, but we have seen a lot of good story about this. But please ensure a few things. So Gita, are there any steps that you ensure your father follow, like drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, things like this that you really enforce on your father?
Oh yes, definitely. We really gave him a
Yeah.
good rest. He was sleeping most of the time. He was really sleeping, especially with
Right.
Aeon at night. He was really sleeping very well.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then we gave him. I gave him a lot of water to drink. But initially, when the urinary retention was there, I didn't push him
Right.
much. But when the
Right.
urine start flowing out, we can see the urine start flowing out. I said, "Appa, now you can drink more water." Ready? I just made sure he drink more water. Give him good protein food, because I want to
Yeah.
make his kid also stronger, that he walk normal, his bones and muscles
Right.
stronger with X39 and X49. So we made sure he had enough protein daily, cooked food,
Right.
cooked protein food, like fish,
Yeah.
eggs and all those things. So otherwise, that's all. He was all in the
Right.
good hands, we just
Right.
made sure
Right.
that
Does your father take a lot of fruits, a lot of raw, or take a lot of fruits, banana, papaya, taking a lot of fruits?
Not much, like maybe one day, one fruits we cut, because he was also diabetic. So I don't
Right.
encourage him, giving him much food, not definitely not banana, maybe green
Right. Right.
apple, sometimes
Sometimes.
maybe guava.
Right. Right.
So, but it's not even like
Fantastic.
green apple means half. I don't give the whole big
Right.
green apple, half
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
cut, just to add in some vitamin C, that's
Right.
all.
Right.
Mm.
Fantastic. So I want you to learn some things. Like if you think that, how come Kita father can heal so fast, even the CKD can be reversed? The answer is it lies at the the fundamental of the lifestyle. That means you do have enough rest. I see a lot of people putting the patch and then they feel very tired. The thing is they don't want to rest. They continue to work. This is the problem. Your body is asking you to rest, but you don't take a rest. Okay. Secondly, you say, drink more water. Ayah, cannot drink lah. I always want to go toilet. Then you are using the patches. You want to be healed. Then you are not willing to go to the toilet. But like what Kita say, initially cannot push. But the moment he start to see some sign already, right? You must make sure you get enough hydration already. And definitely don't take too much of fruits. You can see all kind of a story that we have talked about, right? They don't take too much of fruits. It is not a coincidence. So this is why the 6x6 is so important. Okay, so especially Kita father even have diabetes, and yet with the live patches is able to reverse all these kind of chronic condition. How is your father complexion look like right now?
Oh, he's very
Kita?
bright. He's very bright.
Right.
Very bright and
Fantastic.
fair looking also. His skins are more smoother, I would say. The skins, he doesn't look like 80 years old man already.
Well, he's already 80 years old.
80 years old.
So guys, even at the age of 80, you are still able to reverse a lot of chronic diseases where the doctor said is irreversible. Just with the patches and enough rest, enough water, and don't take so much of fruits. So it's nothing miracle. This is how our body is able to heal. It's just that we add with a pad to speed up the result. Okay, fantastic. So now there's another Kita wish to share about this story. So can you help us to restructure the entire story? How you meet this gentleman and how was he and how is he doing right now?
Okay, right. He was another reason, I must say, this is Uncle Subramaniam. He was another
Right.
reason why I became so all hot with these life wave patches, other than my dad, actually. He was actually lying next bed to my father in GH. Our jiran, my father's jiran,
okay.
in the hospital. So he was already there 1 month ago, lying like this. He had a stroke. Full body stroke.
Yeah.
So imagine his wife was also having a long chair and sleeping next to him, So when the wife saw that I was putting all these patches on my father and my father was recovering faster, so she asked us, what is it all about? And I shared, this is this, auntie, it's going to be like this is going to help like this. Will it help, uncle? I said, yes, it can help, uncle. Why don't you try? Then I spoke to her about the pricing, costing and everything. She said, doesn't matter. Bring for him fast. I want him to recover and bring back home. So what happens is I gave him on these patches on 2nd September. In 2nd October, when I went to visit him, in his home, because once I gave him the 2nd September, on 12th September, they got discharged first already. Okay, once
Right.
the moment he used the patches, within half an hour, he smiled. The moment he put the patches the first day, you know, X39 and X49, I gave him X39 and X49, and within half an hour, he smiled. You must see the joy in the wife's face. She went around the whole ward and she was like, my husband smiling, my husband smiling, you know. She went
Fantastic.
around literally to all the doctors and nurses there. Come and see my husband smiling, you know.
Wow.
She was so
Fantastic.
cute. So when I was visiting that at the time, and she came and hugged me, come and see, uncle is smiling, uncle is smiling. Okay, good. And then I could see the next day his legs no more straight. He was bending his legs. He was, you know, he was bending his arms
Moving
and
around.
like that. On the 3rd day, he called his wife and he spoke and he said, I want rice and rasam. Rasam is actually an Indian soup, you know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I want rice and rasam. Then she was like, Ayo, my husband asking rice and rasam, where am I going to bring? You know, so he started speaking, and I think gradually his vitality improved. So on September 12th, they discharged him. And then on October 2, I went and visited it, right? Exactly 1 month, I went to his house and I visited him. This is how I saw him sitting on the bed,
Wow. Wow.
moving and shaking
Wow.
his hands. Now, this uncle I saw 1 month ago, I visited him, is already walking without any walker. He's all good.
Wow. Wow. Walking without any walker at all. So then
Yeah.
it's like the normal adults already.
Yeah, like normal already. No need walker already. He's putting his steps by himself. He goes to shower by himself. He's going to loo by himself, you know, getting up from the bed
Wow.
by himself and having his meal and everything. And when I visited from his room, he walked out to the hall, to the sofa by himself without any help. So I was like,
Wow.
okay, that's
Oh my
really,
God.
you know,
This is such a joy. So he has been
yeah.
patching for 1 year, right? About exactly 1 year, right?
Last September, no, I think he started walking 2 months back already, maybe about 10 months.
10 months.
Mhm.
Wow, fantastic. And what was the reason she was bedridden? Because of a severe stroke?
Even the family couldn't say. In fact, when they brought him in, his pressure wasn't that high, you know. Somehow the doctor is suspecting could it be vaccination or not, but then he didn't had vaccine that time, but he had vaccine long time ago lah. He had Pfizer lah.
Yeah.
So
I see.
don't know lah whether it's the after effect of the vaccine, but it only started like few after some time later or what, we don't know, you see.
Right. So I think most likely should be vaccination. But if you have any friends, right? I think we have heard a lot of cases where suddenly someone just to go get stroke, suddenly they have lose their mobility. Like even for Kita herself, suddenly lose the senses on the left side of the body. So this is a time bomb in our body right now. So I'm going to play one video for this uncle, yeah. So now he can move around. Wow, he can play with the nose. This is exactly 1 month later. So total it take about 10 months time from someone who was bedridden. So Kita, when you first met this uncle, she was completely immobile, is it? He cannot move, is it?
Yeah, he can't move. He can't even take any food. They were giving him milk only through his nose, not even through his oral feeding, you know. Only thing the left hand was a bit bending. I mean, the right hand was bending a bit. The rest of his limbs all was a bit straight. I mean, no, not moving lah. A bit frozen like that.
Right.
And he
So
doesn't
you see,
speak much. He doesn't speak much. When we go and speak to him, he'll be like, you know, the kind of sound like that. That's what he makes.
Yeah.
But after dispatching 3 days later, he really spoke lah.
Oh, 3 days later, he can start to spoke already. Oh
He
my
asked for the rice and rasam lah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my God. I think even the
That was
doctor
3
was
days
very,
later.
very surprised. Wow. Did the doctor say anything?
Yeah, the doctor was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's good recovery now." And of course, they don't. I mean, I told about these
They don't
patches
acknowledge.
to the doctors
Yeah.
because they are also observing. My dad was using this on his head, you see. So the doctors asked, "What is this?" I say, "It's a stem cell activating patches." I show them
Yeah.
the brochures and everything. The doctors was like, "Okay, okay, oh, okay, okay. You do whatever you want. We will do our treatment, you know." But they were not like so bothered like that, you know.
I see. I see.
But
Yeah.
I told them what is it all about. As long they don't interfere with what I'm doing, I'm happy already, lah, you know. So,
Right.
so that's what I did, and that's what the auntie also did for the husband. And then after that, they say, okay, now he's a bit moving and everything. You go back, arrange a physiotherapy. You can nurse him at home, and they discharged him. That's it.
Wow. And then how many months that this uncle has been bedridden?
1 month actually. 1 month.
Oh, 1 month. I see.
1 month
I
in
see.
bed.
I see. Fantastic. So guys, I don't know how old is this uncle over here, but I think it takes 10 months for someone who is completely frozen, immobile, to be able not only to eat, able to speak, able to walk without any help. Is for me it's a miracle, but in life with everything is possible. Amazing. So thank you, Kita, for your sharing.
Most welcome, Jinlong.
Kita,
Thank you so much for this
thank
opportunity.
you.
Thank you.
The way you speak English is very fluent and very clear. I think I need to learn from you, you know. You don't have any kind of you don't have any kind of slang one, Wow, very good. So can you help me to say thank you to Kita? Thank you, Kita.
Welcome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kita. Thank you so much. Amazing, right? So this is why, if you think about this, right, no matter what is your age, life wave always help. But do you allow life wave to be able to unleash their power or not? This is another story. And what I normally see is, when you put X39, you are tired, you don't care. You continue to work, you don't sleep. When you put X39, it make you feel thirsty. Then you blame us. Why you make you feel thirsty? You don't want to drink water because you don't want to go to toilet. So for me, it's very stupid. So if you can, so life is always work. But when life is starting to work on you, are you able to remove those kind of lifestyle interference or not? That is your choice. Remember, imagine the uncle over here. Okay, if he is continued to be if he's continued to be bedridden, I think his wife is going to suffer. If Gita father is continued to have the CKD, continue to have the prostate problem, if later really go to the stage of kidney dialysis, right, I think Gita is going to suffer as well. So please take care of your own health, and your children happiness always lies in your health. Okay, fantastic, right? This story. So we have seen cases and cases, someone who cannot really walk and immobilize and is able to regain the mobility just a couple of months. Okay, so 10 months for a year of convenience for your children, I think it's very cheap. Just 10 months. And how they first started, even for Kita, started with X39 alone. So this is why for anyone, you started with X39 daytime, EO nighttime is very sufficient for all the cases already. So 1 month down the road, 2 months down the road, you can always add on of other products. Like imagine for Kita, his father started with X39, later on add on an EON at nighttime, and then start to see tremendous changes. This is how EON is going to help you to speed up the result of X39. Okay, it's crazy, right? Okay, so now I'm opening up for question. Okay, so if you have any question, you can ask me here. So where the patch peso is at the back of the neck for the X39, and EON according to Gita is here, but it's fine at the back.